Hey, it's me, Not Like the Lion King. This is my channel, DBNaila, done by Nala. So what are we going to be doing today is we're going to be doing oil pastel versus oil painting. So I have never tried oil painting before, so this should be very interesting. I just want to say, Avis, if you can see that. Avis, thank you so much for my color pencils. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do a video on these. I love using color pencils. I hated painting, and it was just me, color pencils, and graphite for the longest I can remember. You are the bomb. This person did it from my Amazon wish list below. I was just so shook. I was like, why do I have a package? So today we're going to be doing a dream. We're going to be doing one dream, but I'm thinking I might do this dream twice. The two items I'm going to be using for materials today is the beautiful Artist Soft Pastels, the one I did in the video before, if you remember it, up there. But I'm going to be using these pastels again. These were really cool. And then I'm going to be using this King Art Oil Paint Set 24. I cannot remember where I got this for the life of me. I don't really remember where I got this, but this is really good oil painting, I'm guessing. It says rich pigments, thick creamy finish, not toxic, fast drying. Yeah, okay. It's oil paint. If you guys know, oil paint takes forever to dry, so apparently it's way better than acrylic. I just love using acrylic. People ask me all the time, like, oh my gosh, are you using oil paint? And I'm like, no, I'm using acrylic paint because, you know. I'm just more comfortable with it. But there was a dream I did a while ago, which is gonna be kind of that style. But this is a dream I did literally about maybe a year ago. You guys can see it. But this dream was like, I have a lot of like journey, trials and tribulations type dreams. Like I have to get somewhere and there's obstacles. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be explaining a dream. I'm going to be creating this dream two different ways. And I'm also going to be using paper instead of canvas this time, only because I'm going to be using this. I know this is not meant for oil pastel. This is meant for watercolor, I think. No, it is not. What is this meant for?
I don't care what it's meant for.
But I use it for a lot of things. But I'm going to be using two-tone paper to draw on and to create my pieces on. I'm going to be doing this two different ways on basically two different sheets. I'm excited. I'm going to be using these things. They're like really cool. Let's get into this. So basically this is what we're going to be using today. I have some Artist Soft Oil Pastels, and then I have some oil paint set. So it's versus. I haven't really fully used the oil paints quite yet. I'm very nervous. Kind of interesting, honestly. Not really sure. As you can see, I tried a little bit of it and it just was a bust. I guess I just used it wrong. I don't know the tips and tricks of oil paints, but we're gonna find out together. So today basically I'm going to be doing a piece that I haven't drawn out yet, but of course I have it in my entire book of dreams. There's a bunch of them, and this one just happens to be one about me and my cousins. Basically it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. We've had this dream at 10 a.m. August 30th. Exactly. I woke up exactly at 10 a.m. August 30th. So technically I didn't have the dream at 10 a.m. I finished the dream at 10 a.m. Alright, so basically, sorry about the noise. I got my marshmallows. I wanted to like sketch them out before I did the painting because I'm a little nervous. I'm not as confident with the black paint that I usually use. So alright, so I got some pencils finally. I'm not going to be using my Sharpie markers. I'm probably going to use supplies finally that I have. So I have this Faber-Castell. It just doesn't matter what kind. It's just basically 8B. I like them because it's kind of soft. I really love soft pencils because I can really do what I want to do. It's kind of like charcoal, but not as messy as charcoal. So I'm getting one of these pencils. I got 12 of them. Oh yeah, look at that point. Look at the point. You just gotta, hold on. Can y'all see this? Right. Y'all can't see that, it's fine. As you guys know, I took pictures in my hand, nothing too crazy. And this is going to kind of like emphasize the idea of me falling, but you'll see what I mean by that soon. As you guys know, I go right into my iPad to do my work. Let's start anew here in that picture. Okay, so basically these are the pictures I'm working with, and I want to just basically collage these. Where's my... oh, there it is. I was about to say. Knew I was struggling. Okay. Don't ask why the pieces are separate. When I charge them, I forget to put them back on. But it's fine. Much better. Y'all still see this? Let me move these pastels. They in the way. Alright, so basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start isolating this hand. It's the only thing I care about. Care less about the other stuff. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I mean this is literally just a reference. It's not the actual piece itself. Alright, now I got those two together. That was the main thing I wanted. Just want to kind of show like you're going like, ah, no, like stop away, stop. That's what I wanted to show. So there's that. And then for my background, let's go with the black, because I mean, duh, why not? I was trying to find, I don't know, something that could help me convey something, you know, being eaten. And of course, I automatically thought of Titans. So I'm just gonna try to remember, I guess, in a sense. This is the idea I want to go for, so I'm going to go ahead and start sketching this out on my paper, and then we're going to go ahead and start creating some art. Okay, I figured I'd get in the mood. This is something scary. So I'm going to tell you a story. Bear with me, it's a little random, but I'm trying to make sure I can get it as visual as possible. So this story, it involves all of my cousins, well, my main cousins. I have 3 cousins, so it's Bree, C, and Yanni. And basically, picture it's maybe 4, 5 o'clock, and we're at like a river, about to go into like a nature walk or whatever the case may be, right? And we have our tour guide. The sun's not getting low quite yet, but it's cold out, so you know the sun gets low pretty fast. So we're kind of packing things up basically. I don't like the woods and stuff like that, you know, per se, so I'm making sure I put extra caution getting all of my extra flashlights, getting all the extra band-aids or lights or things like that. So we're just packing things up. The tour guide, you know, he stops for a second and says, so you must be the special girl. And he didn't even know, but it was supposedly Yanni's birthday coming up, so we went to the park, the hiking trip, just for like a congratulations for your birthday. And so we're just kind of looking at each other like, how did you know? You know, he was just like, just lucky guess. And so we're already kind of creeped out a little bit. So Bree, she's closest to my age, Johnny is the youngest one, and Cece's like in the middle. So we're on this hiking trip, and we haven't even set foot inside of this trail yet. We're just kind of inching our way into the little cracks and stuff. So we're about to get into this trail. The sun has gone down really, really quickly. We're in here, we took about maybe 10-20 steps into the forest already, but we're not really deep in there. So we get in there and we're kind of just talking. I'm already nervous, as I'm really nervous, and I hear little kind of rustle sounds, kind of like little ticks and scurrying around. I'm freaking out, and I'm just like, guys, let's just head back for a second, or let's just take a moment. I get my flashlight out, I'm just looking around, don't see anything. So we keep walking, and literally Cece, she trips off of something, and she's like, my ankle, it hurts. And so she's literally out of commission now, so she's hobbling around, and we're trying to help her. And so now we still hear the scurrying, and now we've kept walking, and it's really dark outside now. Like, it's really dark, and we're still walking. Somehow Yanni feels a sharp pain on her side, and we're just like, are you okay? She's like, oh, I'm fine, just feel really weak. And so we're just kind of nervous now. We're like what's going on, because me and Bree are the oldest here. We're like, what should we do? So I'm like, look, y'all, let's just take a second, recuperate, and then we can maybe head back. And so we're sitting down, just kind of waiting for a second to kind of refuel and figure out what we're going to do. and we see something run past us. And so like we're surrounded by trees and woods, and there's a few lights, but we can see like little dark movements running past us. And for example, the creature is long like an alligator. That's how long it looked from where I'm at. It's long, and basically this thing is fast. And so soon as we see it, we jump up and we literally just start hauling back to where we were. So we're running. This thing is chasing us, but Yanni, and yes, so Yanni is hurt and Cece is limping. So me and Bree are literally dragging Yanni and C with us, dragging us. And when I say like, for example, when I'm in my dreams sometimes, if I can't run really fast, because many people can't run in their dreams, I'll latch on to someone or something that's really running in my dream, and they'll drag me along with me. That's a cheat code I use. If I can't run a dream, I'll just grab something or someone who's running beside me. So I'm literally dragging Yanni, she's dragging Cece, and like we're just trying to get back to where we were. And we haven't been walking for that long, and we're just kind of like, where's the end to this? And we're still running. These things are chasing after us, and they're just like coming closer and closer. Yanni's still like, that sharp pain is hurting her. And so we're still running. We're out of breath. And finally we drag them out of there, and everyone is still alive. Everyone is still well. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going into the car. I'm like, okay, look, let's get the hell out of here. We have to get out of here. We got to get safe. Now it's really dark. And you know how some dreams kind of change the scenario up? So before, I kind of remember there was one path, but instead now there's like train tracks on either sides of the car, and we're like in the middle, and there's 2 tracks beside us. And so I'm just trying to crank the engine. It's just and it's not moving, and I'm just like, oh god. So I'm still trying to move this, and as I'm trying, basically it starts to slowly move a little bit. It's kind of like you're falling down hills, kind of like a slow little slide. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I got a sigh of relief there. Everyone's just like, okay, cool, we can finally get out of here. So a slow little ride, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even put the gas on. I'm like, why are we moving? So I'm quickly like looking below. I don't see anything, but then I hear this kind of like sinister giggle. It's just kind of like, and I'm just like, I'm like, did you guys hear that? And it's just like, you need a lift. I know it sounds comical, but in that time, I'm just like, that is terrifying. I'm like, y'all, what are we gonna do? And before we can even act or do anything, 2 trains come soaring right towards us. And so these things are literally just zooming right past us, and we're stuck in the middle of it. Like, if we got out of our car, we couldn't move left or right. We're literally stuck. And basically, Breeze, before this happened, there was a train that ended, and so it was a huge spot. So Bree jumps out to get onto the tracks and tries to run off, and a train smacks her. And so this is just like, we are literally just frozen right now, frozen in fear. We're like, what do we do? And so initially I start realizing that this is a dream. Sometimes you can get little kind of like tips that you know this is a dream. So I try not freak out when I'm like, okay, I just go on my mode where we have to get out of this situation. So I'm automatically like, everyone remain calm, we're gonna get out of this. And it's so strange, because if you think about the movie Inception, with like things are moving so strange and like perspectives are weird, so as these trains are coming at us, it's like there's this kind of field that's coming straight through us. It's very strange to explain, but it's kind of like this really big field coming straight through us, and it just keeps passing through us, and it's like a laser, so it keeps cutting things. And so like my arm is nicked, and then CC's arm is nicked, so we're like trying to huddle up in little small places. So I tell them, I said, you guys, huddle up in one little small area, like go into one small area and hug yourself very tightly and don't move. And they're just like, no, I can't do that. Like, they're too frantic, and they're just kind of running around like, no, I can't do it. We gotta get out of here. And literally I'm like, don't move. And I'm screaming. I'm like, don't move. Stay in a little corner like me. And I literally, after I said that, they literally just got chopped up. And right now I'm shaking. I'm like, you know, part of my mind thinking it's a dream, but still it's that scared feeling. It's just like, oh my gosh, I just lost all of my cousins. It's just terrifying. And so I'm like, what do I do? And so I'm just like, I'm still holding there, so I can't do anything. I'm still holding like just tied up, and I'm still holding there for a long time. I hear the train's tracks. I hear giant feet running past the train, just running past. I'm hearing like really big feet, and I'm just terrified. And so I slowly feel the car move again, or I just feel myself moving, sliding. It's like I'm sliding down something. But all I know is that the trains were gone, and it was finally quiet, and I'm sliding, and I, at the time, thought I was driving. I'm sliding, and little do I know, I open my eyes, there's a giant mouth below, and I automatically go into the mode where I don't want to see the ending of this dream, so I'm going to close my eyes as hard as I can, think about waking up. It's not happening. I'm opening up, closing them, opening up, closing them. I just want to get out of this dream. I want to get out of this dream. And I'm literally right there, almost at the tip of his tooth, or its tooth. I don't know what it is, but I just know it's giant, and its mouth is wide open waiting for me. I get right to the edge of his tooth, and I finally wake up. And this is what I see right before I wake up. I would have been devoured. Scary story, huh? That oil pastel painting is so weird. It is so weird to me. I'm not a fan of it, but I think I did pretty good for like my first time. So I have used oil pastels before, but I used it to start a painting that was like really big. I literally put one color into the painting and I said nope. So I have technically not used it before. So this is my first time like actually using it and completing something, because that was stressful. That was very, very stressful. I have to really practice with this oil pastels, well not pastel, oil paint, because this isn't easy, my friend, at all. This is what we have. I am so uncomfortable with this. I'm gonna take the tape off and just... Okay, that was satisfying. Okay. Just throw this over here somewhere. Alright. Well, you guys, I decided I'm not going to be doing the soft oil pastels today. I'm not trying to hit it! Go like that! I am going to be doing that another day, because this took me about 4 hours. Like, for real, I never take this long on pieces. I think the most of my problems was that I don't know, I felt like it did dry a little bit quick. Only because, maybe because the paper, it's like, I don't know, for some reason it felt drier on this paper. Eventually I will try it on the canvas, but, and also this is the non-toxic, by the way, so the fumes, there's no fumes or any of this stuff in here, so I'm good. But it really, really reminded me of oil pastel, because if you look at like the texture and sheen behind everything, you can really see like it rising. You know how you have to kind of like, how I used to sweep off the little shavings for oil pastel, like pastels part. I feel like I can sweep off these shavings. I don't know, it's very strange. I definitely have to continue to work with them. Yeah, so next time I'm going to be doing the pastels, and I'm going to be doing the same piece again, or I might do a second dream. I wonder if I could put oil pastel on top of this. Success, I guess. So honestly, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Please comment some more of your dreams. That's what's going on. See you guys soon, and don't forget... Oh man, I just kind of like the border. The border makes me happy.
Finally! I've been trying to catch you boys all day! Now that I've got you right where I want you!
Like and subscribe.